king of the collectible card games. No, not you. King of the collectible card games. Magic the Gathering, I think it's the one that kicked it all off.
Started a phenomenon, if you will.
A phenomenon. A phenomenal phenomenon.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a look at this phenomenal phenomenon. Magic the Gathering, Duels of the Planeswalkers 2012. Magic I played in college, it was like it blew all of my friends' minds. We hadn't played D&D in years, and we were like, this is like D&D, but not as embarrassing to play at a bar. And that's at least what we thought at the time. Turns out, it's totally embarrassing to play at a bar.
I can only imagine, hey guys, just got my new Firewalker deck.
Yeah.
This is going to be so awesome. Let's go to the bar and play this.
Yeah. I think if you haven't experienced the shame of playing Magic in public, you've got to do that before you download this. Now, one of the things you can't do in the game, they improved from last year, but they still didn't improve it enough. Now, you can customize your decks.
Yeah.
You win as you're playing through the single player game.
You beat the bosses, you get new cards.
You get these new cards, you can then go into your deck and customize it, but what you can't do is actually build your own deck from scratch.
Yeah.
So you can't say, I want to have, you know, a red and white deck and just build it the way you want. You have to take one of these pre-built decks and swap in and out cards. And that might seem like not such a big deal, but if you're a big Magic nerd, and it turns out I'm a big Magic nerd. I forgot, but I'm a big Magic nerd.
Huge.
I wanted to build my own, you know, water and swamp deck, and I couldn't do it. So
swampy water.
Shame on you.
Gross.
Swamp water. Would you fight the swamp waters?
No, it's like swamp thing.
Right. See, I know what I'm talking on.
There's a little bit of a learning curve in there, you know. For me, like, you start playing these cards, and you're just like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I have these force cards. Let's play these force cards. Okay. And then you get the guys, and you start paying attention. You start picking things up. You notice, like, okay, I need 2 unused little mana cards, and I got to start using these. Then it becomes sort of like, do I wait and attack? Do I see if they try to attack? Do I block?
Well, that's the core of Magic, is deciding how big you want to go to, you know, attack, and how much you want to reserve your cards and hold back some of your characters as well. You don't just want to throw everything out there. You want to hold some stuff back and try to play back and forth.
Wisely.
Now, there's a tutorial in here that I think kind of gets you at least basically up to speed. But one of the things I didn't like about the visual redesign, I mean, it's a lot prettier, but the cards are very, very small, and you have to zoom in to really know what anything does. And I found myself constantly zooming, and I felt like they could have maybe made the cards bigger and a little bit more high, you know, on the screen rather than trying to show me the table.
I mean, I wish there was more sort of a visual to when you're playing cards and there's the battles between, you know, the 2 characters. I wish they could have improved on that, because it definitely, I mean, I know it says that they changed the graphics a little bit, but it still felt a lot like the game that we played last year. You know, I want to see like a little fight or something.
It's a lost opportunity.
It doesn't have to always be there, but just give me that option to see that.
Instead, they got these little, like a lightning bolt will kind of shoot across the screen.
Claw mark.
Like a fireball. Yeah, it's a little
claw mark.
They upgraded the visuals, but it's still, this is not a game that you're going to want to stare at. You're going to really want to dive into the cards and dive into the decks and dive into the design. I got to tell you, it's been years since I played Magic, and I didn't know if I was going to love it again. This game totally kind of got me hooked, because this was a fun game. I had a lot of fun with it, and I think if you're an old Magic geek like me, give it a shot. Maybe it'll get you going.
Well, how much of a shot should they give? What are you going to give Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers 2012?
I'll give this game a 7.5 out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 7.